Shocker, breaking news, the day before has been delayed. Now, I think a lot of you guys were already expecting this. Personally, I was not expecting it to be delayed by 10 months. That is a long freaking time. I've actually been covering this game for a long time because it looks freaking cool. When the trailers first came out, the game does look badass. It's an open world survival zombie MMO game, but you know what? DayZ is still king at this point. I think it's a long shot of this game actually releasing March 1st, but we're going to get into some of that stuff. All right, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull up their official statement, okay, that they gave to IGN. It says, the day before, millions of people have added the day before to their wish list, making the day before one of the most anticipated games in the world. Feeling and understanding that the great responsibility that we face, with enormous gratitude in our hearts, we are pleased to announce that the day before is switching to the new Unreal Engine 5 technology. Yay, everyone, just to be super happy about this. The transition is to make more advanced and adapted open world engine while making the gameplay of the day before even more fantastic. In this regard, we inform you that the new release date of the game will be March 1st, 2023. Now, guys, they need to stop putting out freaking release dates. They throw out more release dates than they do trash. First one was 2021, and now we were only 6 weeks away from their second release date, which was June 21st. Now they got another one for us, and it's March 1st, 2023. I mean, guys, your guess is as good as mine if this game will ever see the light of the day. I have no idea. They're switching to Unreal Engine 5. I'm going to pull up something real quick, guys. This is a new game, Fractured Veil, that is in development, okay? It's another MMO game, and this is a short. This is what they said about switching their game to Unreal Engine 5, just so you guys can get somewhat of an idea from actual developers on the process and what the thinking is when you're switching your game to this whole new engine.
Our game is set up to be upgradable to Unreal 5 when it eventually is ready for prime time. And it would be probably a month or two of downtime to do that. So we're not going to do it right away. We're certainly not going to do it until that engine has been battle tested with large, complex games on the market and all of the kinks have been worked out. So it's not something where I want our community to have to be the QA testers for this new engine version and deal with terrible bugs and terrible performance for the next 2 years. So yeah, we're in no rush to upgrade to Unreal 5, but the game is set up in a way that it could be if we really wanted to.
All right, that gives us some decent insight when it comes to switching your game to the Unreal Engine 5. They said it would take about a month to 2 months of a downtime for them to actually do that, but they don't want to bring their community to be basically Q&A testers, okay? And the day before is now delaying for 10 months, so that's a long time, all right, guys? It's a long time, but this gives you a little inside info on like the thought process of switching to the whole Unreal Engine 5. Personally, in my opinion, I think it's just kind of a ploy. I think it's just an excuse basically for them to delay this game that is clearly not ready. Can we trust Fantastic going forward? I mean, look, they got a spotty track record as it is. They did put out Prop Night, and then their publisher is Mytona, who makes mobile free-to-play games. Mobile free-to-play games, okay? So you take that, and then you combine it with them trying to make a big open-world survival MMO zombie game like DayZ, you're gonna run into some of these issues. Making a game on this scale is actually probably one of the more harder things to do. Personally, I think Microsoft needs to just come in and scoop this thing up, or Sony, some big company needs to just scoop this thing up. By the time this game actually does release, someone is already going to take this idea. It's not an original idea, an open world zombie MMO game, right? You're basically copying DayZ or like Scum, something like that. Or guys like Fantastic, just put your freaking game in early access, okay? They really should just put it in early access and work on this thing for a decent amount of time. Games like this, like DayZ, came out so many years ago, and it's taken a long road for them to get to where they're at. Scum's been in early access for a long time. 7 Days to Die is still in early access, so a lot of these games, they need time, so just put it in freaking early access. All right, so let's give Fantastic, let's say like 3 to 4 months to switch to Unreal Engine 5, and then they need a huge beta test for this thing. If you are the most anticipated game in the world, right, and before you launch, it's very important that you get your launch correctly when you do this on Steam. So being the most anticipated game in the world, they need to be ready, guys. They need to be ready to be basically player bombed. They need to have a huge beta with 10, 15,000 players, and they really need to test their servers and test their game out. I highly doubt they have anywhere close to a remotely good build for this game, and that's simply why they are delaying it. Maybe they're switching to Unreal Engine 5, maybe they're not. A lot of people say the game is a scam, and then you got a lot of people saying, well, you know, they didn't ask for any money, so how can it be a scam? Well, I mean, I guess if someone keeps lying to you over and over, it could be considered a scam. And honestly, I've said it a few times, we don't know what money they've taken from investors or even their publishers taken. And I think a lot of the communication between Fantastic and their player base or their community community or the players that are interested in the game could be way better. It's like really bad, and I think the publisher is supposed to take care of a lot of that stuff. They probably have a really bad publisher, but even in the official Discord for the day before, they're not there. They're not saying stuff. They're not giving us information. I just think they're a long ways away. Now, they did confirm this game is coming to next-gen consoles, but I feel like they're just so far away at this point. Now it's been delayed by another 10 months. They're clearly not ready. They're switching to a whole new engine. They got to test this thing out. They should just put the game in freaking early access, in my opinion. But I mean, we'll see, guys. You know, you let me know what you think. They're gonna work on this thing, and we'll see if it actually releases. They may go dark. We may not hear anything. I don't think people really want to see any more CGI trailers. If they do drop any new trailers or new news, I mean, I'll throw it on the channel. The day before, fantastic. They are really good at making trailers. That's one thing they are really good at. I don't know if they can make a good game or not, but they certainly can make some good trailers. So I guess a lot of people are going to be disappointed by this news. I'm certainly a little disappointed. I mean, I wanted to play the freaking game this summer. The game was supposed to come out in 6 months. Yeah, I know a lot of people on consoles are waiting for this because there is no competition to DayZ. Like I said, DayZ is king. Alright, I really don't know what else to say, guys. Let's try to sum this up. The day before in Fantastic, spotty track record. They keep delaying this game. They show really good trailers, but it's always scripted gameplay. Limited information. A lot of the information we got from the game is from like a 2-year-old interview. Now at this point of the stage, right, the stage of this game, they are switching to Unreal Engine 5, so they claim, and they're delaying until March 1st. I don't think anyone could really believe March 1st is an actual realistic release date for them at this point. I don't see how you could possibly believe them, or really believe anything that they say for the most part. Yes, the game looks freaking cool. All their trailers, the game looks really amazing. Open world, kind of like, looks like The Division and The Last of Us combined. And a lot of people want this stuff, not only on PC, they want this game on consoles. This is like a dream game for a lot of people, and it's a really cool looking game. That's why it's one of the most wishlisted games. I'm sure right now at this point it's gonna be one of the most unwished games that is on Steam, because a lot of people are gonna take that off of their wish list. However, for me personally, I'm definitely keeping the day before on my wish list. Not a big deal. I do want to follow the progress of the game and keep tabs on it and see if it's actually legit and what's actually going to happen with this thing. I am still intrigued by it, and I'm still looking forward to it. I hope they can actually pull this off. I am rooting for Fantastic, okay? It's not like I'm against them. I'm just kind of calling them out for some bad communication, and you keep delaying your game and kind of leading people on a little bit. And you guys let me know, man. Leave some comments, tell me what you think. It is time to move on to better, realistic games like Sons of the Forest that is dropping this Halloween. I got you covered on a future video on that, and I guarantee you we're going to see State of Decay 3 before we see the day before, and we're going to keep our eyes out for any new games that are coming up that we can actually play soon. Alright guys, so I'm out of here. I'll see you soon. Peace.